Today we're going to continue our journey through the cell. The first thing that we're going to talk about here is the mitochondria. If you look at the mitochondria, the first thing you need to know about it is that it supplies energy to the cell. The mitochondria has two membranes. The first membrane is this outer membrane right here on the outside of the membrane. It goes all the way around, like over here, and it is the outer part of the membrane. A series of folds greatly increases the mitochondria on the inside. So if you look on the inside right here, all these little folds here and here and here and here and here, they greatly increase the size or the area of the mitochondria. It's like folded paper. The mitochondria, the reason they say that it gives energy to the cell is it takes food that you eat and converts it into energy. Now the mitochondria have their own membrane and DNA, which suggests that the mitochondria once lived by themselves. In other words, this whole thing may have existed outside of a cell at one point just by itself. Pause the video if I'm going too fast, but the next thing you need to know is the vacuole. The vacuole, it sounds like a vacuum, but it's where it stores cell materials. So if you look here in this area right here, it's the vacuole, and it basically holds things for you. It holds things. In plants, the vacuole holds water to help the leaves maintain their structure. When the leaves wilt, it's because there is not enough water in the plant's vacuole. The vacuoles sometimes include substances that harm predators if they eat them. For instance, there could be maybe some poison in there or something, so that if an animal comes along like a rabbit or something and wants to eat you, the rabbit won't want to eat you because you have some sort of substance or poison inside of you that will harm the predators if you eat them. Again, pause the video if I'm going too fast, but the next one is at the lysosome. The lysosomes are organelles that contain enzymes. E-N-Z-Y-M-E-S. Enzymes. Enzymes help to defend against viruses and bacteria. Lysosomes are made in the rough endoplasmic reticulum. But even though they are made in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, they are not active. In other words, like if you are active, that means you're doing a lot of sports or you're running around a lot. Lysosomes are inactive at this point. When they're made in the ER, or the rough endoplasmic reticulum, they are not yet active. They're just waiting for someone to tell them what to do. At this point, the lysosomes travel from the ER to the Golgi apparatus in a vesicle. So if you imagine that the endoplasmic reticulum is somewhere up here with all its little folds, the lysosome right here, here's the lysosome, it travels from the endoplasmic reticulum and travels all the way down, and it goes to the Golgi apparatus down here and enters into the Golgi apparatus. This is the point where it becomes active. While in the Golgi apparatus, the lysosomes are active and they start doing things. The last thing we need to talk about is the cell wall. The cell wall are found in animals and bacteria, but they are not found in humans. We do not have cell walls. It is a rigid layer that gives structure, support, and shape to the cell. And the last thing you need to know about are chloroplasts, and these are organelles that carry out photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So just to review, if we go all the way back and we look here, the mitochondria is the powerhouse or the energy of the cell. The vacuole is where you store things. The lysosomes contain enzymes that help fight against viruses. And the cell wall provides rigidity and structure right here. These things are very tough. So they're rigid and they structure and they provide support to the cell. And the chloroplasts are the things that carry out photosynthesis, which we will talk about more in the next chapter.